We train to have mastery of our own mind.
Namaste yogis, my name is Jai Sugrim. Today I'm with Vita Shapiro, and Vita is going to do a sequence of postures and breathing exercises that help you connect to mobility and movement for seniors. Vita, thank you for helping us today here put together a beautiful program for yogis at home to do their own daily practice. So today we'll be focusing a lot on strength and stabilization and connecting our breath with movement, which we call vinyasa. I have with me a few props that can be useful. You don't have to go crazy in the prop department, but there are things around the house that can double. Here we have a simple chair. If sitting closer to the earth is challenging for your hips, it's always fine to sit in a chair. I have a long, what is this, a shawl, a bath towel will do the job as well, so you can use that. I have variable sets of props. These are very light, so seniors that are just getting into shape, these lighter, cushy blocks are very nice. You can use the dictionary or Shakespeare's canon if you don't have blocks until they arrive. And I have cork blocks, which are a little heavier and add a little more resistance to the exercise, a little more firmness and stability. I have with me a yoga blanket, but any sort of blanket that you fold up to lift the earth up to you is helpful. So these are all we need. We need some of the floor, a sticky mat if you have it, and these simple props are very useful. So Vita will learn Ujjayi pranayama, which is just breathing through the nose in a rhythmic way, and this causes the mind to settle down. I'm gonna have her sit closer to the earth because she's a gardener and her hips are rather open. So Vita, go ahead and sit here in a cross-legged position and I'll guide you in Ujjayi pranayama. You can see this chair here is a useful place to sit if you can't get close to the floor. What you want to do is press into your feet so that we talked about this refractory energy. Vita's pressing into the bones of her shins and her sitting bones, the ischial tuberosity, the bottom of the pelvis. This pressing down, look, in me, helps the waist to lengthen, so open your chest. Look forward with the chin parallel to the earth, and her hands are placed in a position that controls the electricity or the energy that's being unlocked from the practice. Vita is a Vedic practitioner, so she uses mudras as well, which are just energetic seals and anchors that help us focus, but you want to feel as stable as possible. So you can see with the spine erect and the chest open, your lungs are free to expand and contract and are more variable than if they're in a C shape and collapsed. So take a deep breath in through your nose, Vita. Breathe out from the mouth. Listen to that sound, yogis at home. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out of the mouth. That ha, whispery sound, we're going to try to make that with the mouth closed. Breathe in through the nose. Keep your mouth closed. From the nose, breathe out. That's audible. That's good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Now match my rhythm, yogis at home. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Continue breathing. Count to 4 mentally. Just want to give a tip here to meter your breath. That means stretch the volume of air you're breathing out so it's even. Don't grasp all of the air in the first 2 counts and run out of space, but rather elongate your breath so that you match the volume of air you're breathing in to the volume of air you're breathing out. I'm listening to your breath. Breathe a few more times. You should be able to use the raspy, whispery sound to focus your sense of hearing, so you tune into the rhythm. When our breath becomes even, often the mind settles down and that becomes reflective. So equanimous breathing leads to a steady mind. We will, in a moment, connect this breath to movement And this is the exact same breathing pattern we want to use for the entire yoga practice that we're doing, the strength and stability practice. Take a few more cycles. Beautiful. Okay, on the next exhale, bring your hands together near the heart. Make a prayer with your hands, Anjali Mudra. And we'll chant 3 ohms together. Take a deep breath in for the first ohm. Om. Another deep breath in. Once more, deep breath in. Wonderful. Relax the arms, lift the eyes, and we'll connect that breath called Ujjayi Pranayama to a movement. And when we connect the breath and movement in an intimate way, this is called Vinyasa Krama. Vinyasa is order in a sequence. So it's conscious order within a structured sequence, placing ourselves and our body consciously in space, which bleeds off of the practice space throughout the day. So we're going to work with the rhythm. I'm going to count to 4, and Vida will lift her hands up and make a prayer, and then bring her arms down to the 4 count, and you just follow along to connect your breath and movement. So look forward, and inhale, reach your arms up, close the hands. Exhale, bring your arms down to the side. Good. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Continue 5 more on your own. Count mentally. Count mentally. All other thoughts are not useful. Allow yourself to become absorbed in the simplicity and purity of the exercise. This is the exact way we will train. This is the foundation for our entire practice today of consciously connecting breath and movement. Wonderful. After this repetition, we'll start with a standing posture to train the nervous system for improving balance. Okay, wonderful. Come to stand, yogis. Stand at the front of your mat with the feet together and remove the props from under your seat. We'll practice some stability and neurological conditioning with Vrikshasana tree pose. So stand with your feet together, and then just peel your right heel off of the earth. Peel your right heel off of the earth. And then turn your right knee to the side and place your right foot on your ankle, and bring your hands together and press the index knuckles together and look forward. And this is option 1. Option 1 is to put the foot in your ankle. If you are very flexible and stable, you can put the foot in the calf. If you want to go deeper, you can put the foot in your groin, but stay with your choice and breathe in Ujjayi breathing, which you just practiced 5 times. If you really wanted to challenge your balance, you'd raise your arms. But these are progressions. After 2 weeks, you add a progression on. You can go higher, higher, and then finally bring the arms up. So progressive overload. We train with consistency so our nerves master the movement, and then we bring it up to challenge the nervous system progressively in safe stages. Great job, Vita. Bring your knee forward and stand straight with the feet together and the arms to the side. Good. Come on to the ball of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, knee to side. Place the foot in your ankle. Good. And bring your hands together. Press the index knuckles together. Look forward. And I feel like you can challenge your balance by bringing the arms up and apart. And stay here. Breathe 5 times. Draw the shoulder blades down. Yep. Wonderful. So this is a great start. This is tree pose. It connects us to the earth. It connects us to our sense of balance. And it's putting us in touch with all of these beautiful forms of the Divine Mother here. Where would we all be on this planet without trees? So we're becoming one with the trees by taking a shape of the tree. We're grateful for the trees being the lung of our planet. The lungs of our planet are our trees and forests. Inhale, hands to the heart, knee forward, and stand straight. Stand straight. Okay. Vita will now try chair pose, and I'm going to try chair pose next to her in a chair. If chair pose is too much, Vita, relax your arms. So you have a choice. This is called Utkatasana, awkward pose or chair pose. So you can bend like this and breathe 10 Ujjayi breaths. If you are at home and this feels like it could be challenging, just put the chair behind you and know that the chair is back there. So if you had to flop down, your butt would hit there. So look up, Vita, and breathe through your nose 6 more times. 6 more times. Now we are circuit training. We're going to be alternating exercises. She's really working here, the quadriceps, the calves, lifting out of the ribs, and definitely the hips, everything around the hips like the glutes. Wonderful. Stand up, Vita. Bring the arms to the side. And now we'll try 5 breaths of a mobility exercise designed to loosen the fascia at the hips. So bring your hands together, okay, and just lift as high as you can. Slower. Yogis at home, you have a choice of hip mobility, standing like this, or sit in the chair and squeeze your knee. And we're going to do 16 reps total. So you press into the opposite foot. And after 16, we'll revert back. We'll take a short 30-second rest and then revert back to the chair pose. So we're doing each posture twice. Press your index knuckles together for stability. I'd like to ask you a question in a moment. One more? Good, rest. So connect, yogis at home, to the, relax your arms, to the idea of pressure. So there's a symmetry. Watch as Vita makes a prayer and she presses the index knuckles together. There's an energy shooting out through her bones. As she presses her feet into the earth's energy tones the body, so there's a sense of stability and pressure. Use pressure and tension in a positive way to help your posture and help your bones fall into place and come into its natural alignment. Let's return, Vita, with that idea of pressing down. How does that feel? Do you connect to it? Totally, right? Great. Come back to chair pose. Arms up. Okay, come back. Come back, stand up. Come back to the top of your mat. Yep. Nope, more on the mat, Great. Bring your feet together. Bend the hips and knees and lift the arms up. Stay here and look up and breathe 10 times. Yogis at home, you can have that insurance sitting back. We have a wonderful experience during this workout here. There's a woodpecker that's trying to eat some bees. What kind of bees are those? Those are carpenter bees. So he's up there popping away. It's really fun to be immersed in the elements. Don't go lower. Tighten your waist. A few more breaths. Okay, come on up. And now the hip mobility. Vita is going to do it with her hands pressing. together and just raising slowly. Now the pressure of the opposite leg pushing down helps this one lift. Then you'll switch and you'll come up 20 times. Go ahead, lift your knees. Yeah. And you can see her nervous system is working to balance itself by pressing down. She gets to lift up. Yep. Now, you can do this exercise squeezing the knees if your body lets you. We're all at variable levels of strength and mobility. Remember the option to also sit in the chair. So you have three choices. Vita's doing the intermediate choice. You can do this by squeezing the knees 20 times into the chair. A few more reps, Vita. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. Good. Please return to your mat, my dear, on the front. I love the front of the mat. Actually, I'll bring you to the center. Stand up. Good. We are going to work now, yogis at home, on the thoracic cavity. This idea came about by looking at Vita's posture when we gardened. We're going to work the muscles next to the shoulder blades, the rhomboid major and minor, the rear deltoid, and the pec minor and major, and the rotator cuff. So we're doing two exercises. We're going to do a upper back exercise and a chest exercise, and the effect of pumping the thoracic cavity in the front and back with blood is this, look, corkscrew effect. It's a corkscrew effect that allows awareness to come to the postural muscles. So let's have an experience of that circuit, and then we'll see how Vita feels having walked through it. Now here's where the choice of prop, if you are a senior just getting in shape, use something very light. Vita is very fit, so I'm going to have her use a block which is more dense and has a little more weight. So having variable props is useful as you get stronger. I'm going to have her exert some pressure. Her hips and knees are bent and her feet are shoulder width, and she's going to press the hands into this prop in an isometric fashion that engages, that fires the rotator cuff and also her chest and shoulder muscles. So hold on to this, put some pressure on the block, and bend your hips and knees so the spine is neutral, chin parallel to the earth, and then raise this out here. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. So we're going to work with 12 to 15 reps. This is for muscular endurance, and it's a light enough load to be repeated 15 or 16 times so that the muscles have a response, the tendons have a positive response, the bones have a positive response, but it doesn't risk injury or overload to a tendon or a muscle that's not ready for something heavy. Exhale. Inhale. And she's working. This is work. It's working with the mind and your concentration. She's focused on the chest, the shoulders, and inside the armpit. Vita's very knowledgeable. She's been a massage therapist for many, many years. So she's kinesthetically tuned in to her body to get these cues, which makes her an excellent yoga model today. It's an amazing practice we're doing. Do a couple more. Great. Now shake your arms out for a minute. We're going to go right into the opposite of that one. She just worked the front. Now we're going to work the back body to get a pump of the thoracic cavity. Place your hands up, elbows in line with the earth. Take a breath in and exhale. Project your chest forward as you squeeze the shoulder blades back, and then switch the grip of the hands. Yep. The other one crosses. And the hips and knees are still bent. Hips and knees still bent. That softness in the knees and hips allows the spine to fall in one plumb line, one plumb line. The plumb line is very important in our history. It's how we discovered mathematics. We came to mathematics by looking at lines. This used to be an L. It's called an L in antiquity, and this used to represent money. You know, how many cows you had, how many bushels of of grain you harvested was measured in an ell. So the arithmetic comes from our body, our bones, the lines in our body. A couple more. So I'll just explain. She's working the rear deltoid, the back of the shoulder, and these muscles next to the shoulder blade. Okay, just take a rest there and stand. You're feeling the effect of both, or how does it feel? Feels good? Great. Okay, shake your arms out, and again, to stay with our theme here, we're going to repeat each circuit twice so that we get the requisite strength and adaptation. We're asking our body to adapt to a specific load, and then later we'll talk about progressing and changing these loads so that you have even more gains and metrics to measure your strength. But let's return to that first exercise to wrap up this circuit. Put your hands on the prop, exert some force towards the middle, bend your hips and knees, and exhale, press a little higher. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, to the bottom of the chest. 3, good. Keep going. 4, wonderful. 5, and Vita is using the vinyasa breathing that we already started with. 7, wonderful. 8, 9, beautiful. 10, 11, 12, beautiful. 3 more. She's heating up, guys. It's working. 13, 14. Okay, super. Now, without any weights, you don't need any weights for this one. It just works with the weight of the arms. The elbows parallel to the earth. Exhale, chest forward, elbows back. 1, inhale, and you change your hands each time. 2, this is very simple, very powerful. 3, 4, 5. So my ma used to say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And with exercise, I myself am 45, and I know 50 is around the corner, so all of this training is helping me stay mobile and stay healthy and vigorous through the different stages of life, right? I'm adapting to a different era and a different stage, but the foundation that we build serves us as we move through time. A couple more, Vita. This is excellent. Super. Shake your arms out. Take rest, yogis at home. Shake out, shake out. We're going to transition to the earth to work on some spinal mobility in the simple cat-cow exercise, followed by a side body stretch, a lat stretch. Some of you may have a very thin patella or the cartilage in between the femur and the tibia and fibula can be worn down. So if you have any knee pain, I'm just going to put this down. A blanket, a bath towel works fine as well. And Vita's going to come to the hands and knees with the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. And I'll guide her. Press into the index knuckles, yogis at home. And this is for the spine. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, lift the chest, lift the head. And then exhale, round the spine and relax the head down. Good. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, round. Nice and slow. Cat, cow. 10 times. Go. That's it. Good. Inhale, tilt pelvis, lift chest, lift head, look up. Exhale, round the spine. Wonderful. And that index knuckle, believe it or not, rooting down, creates quite a bit of energy and support for the upper back as it does its mobility work. A few more, and then I'll teach you the side body stretch, which just misses attention from our forward and backward life, our linear life. Okay, come to neutral. Bring your knees apart, Vita. And then start to sit back like in a child's pose. Yogis at home, if this is very tough, you can put a block or a blanket under the seat here to help you. But sit back as much as you can. And now we're going to walk the arms over to the left side and press into the earth with the right hand. And as you draw the right hip down, by taking the upper body to the left, you get a good side body stretch. Breathe 5 times in Ujjayi breathing here. Right hip down, right knuckles pressing into earth. And if your neck is having any pain, I'm just going to show you here. We're going to put this for the head just to support the neck. It might have some tension. It's variable, depends on the health of your cervical spine. Again, we're all at different levels of practice, so successive approximation is key in this practice. Don't try to get it perfectly, just do your best, and then you build up without any ego over time. Come up, Vita, walk your arms to the right, put this block under your head, press the left index knuckle down, and here's the key. Left hip draws down and back, and you can see here, Vita's getting a work on the left side of her body. I'm going to take your arm, So if you take the arm forward, you can see this line stretches, and it really, what we're doing with the connective tissue is making it into a gel and variable so that we adjust ourselves. We as creatures have come to live in a very, in general, immobile world, and we freeze up and seize up, but it does not have to be that way. Okay, let's return to the first part of the circus. Circus. Circuit. The circus circuit. Hands and knees, cat-cow the spine. Nope. Cat-cow. Okay, inhale, tilt pelvis, lift chest, lift head. Exhale, round the spine, relax the head. Yeah, beautiful, keep going. So, when you tilt the pelvis, look, soften the elbows so you lift the chest. The thoracic spine has to work. And then now round the spine. Yeah, beautiful, awesome. Couple more. Really look up on that one. Yeah. The looking up, yeah, couple more, cat-cow. Keep going with the cat-cow. Great, so you can use as many props as you need in between your feet. Now sit in the child's pose, okay? And take your arms over to the left, press your right knuckles down, and draw the right hip down and take 5 breaths. Let's put that down for the head. 5 deep, cyclical, even Ujjayi breaths here. Trust the earth and release anything you don't need, any stress down into the Divine Mother. She will absorb it and transform it. She's always nurturing you, so feel your connection to the Mother Earth. Always converting the sun's energy into usable forms of energy for our body. Okay, Vita, come up and take your arms over to the right. Press your left hand down, that's it, and draw the left hip back. Wonderful. Come on up. Great. And we'll come to this posture now with the right leg forward and your left knee on that blanket for cushion. Okay. And we'll take a prop and press the left hand into the prop. Vita's going to cup the face with the right hand. Inhale and exhale, reach up, twist, and look to the side as you extend the right arm. Go ahead. Exhale, and then inhale, cup the face and look forward, come down, and then exhale, reach up, and you can see this is called the windmill, guys. Very simple. Go 6 more times, Vita, and I'll explain. The entire back. Go ahead, keep going on your own pace of inhale and exhale. The lower back will release itself, and the entire spine is working, and all of the muscles that stabilize the spine are working. Some of you may be able to extend the left leg. If you push it back, you stay with your knee bent. This is an option. Keep going, keep going. Option to progress, you would stretch the left leg back. Wunderbar, wunderbar. Switch legs, Vita. Take the right knee down, step the left leg forward, put the block under the right hand, and then inhale, cup the face. Exhale, reach up, twist. Beautiful. 7 more, count them in your mind. Wonderful. This is just a powerful, very simple sequence. You can practice the sequence 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. You may practice with other parts of this program, but this is an overall strength, mobility, and stabilization sequence that will yield extremely positive results. Okay, come to sit with your legs stretched forward. We're going to try something really simple and really accessible. And this is, again, part 2. Each circuit has 2 exercises. I'm going to put the blocks up in this posture. And let's bend the knees, Vita. And Vita's going to put her feet on these blocks. Put your feet on the blocks. Let me bring this in. Okay. And she can put her hands under this prop back about 6 to 8 inches. And I want you to turn your fingers towards your toes. Yeah. And then she's going to lift her pelvis and stretch the chest and lengthen the tailbone about 8 or 10 times. Let's see what kind of endurance you have. Lift up. Come down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Press into your feet and lift. Wonderful. So today we'll try 8 of these. You can go to 10 and eventually 16. That's 5. The hamstrings are also getting some beautiful work here, the back of the leg. Couple more. And then we'll return to the windmill to wrap up this circuit. Super. Okay, come down and let's change back again with the knee forward for the windmill where we stretch. Again, the prop is great for your knees. Put this block underneath the left hand, cup the face, and 8 times, yogis at home, reach up, stretch up. Maybe your gaze goes up to the thumb. If not, sideways is good. And I want to show that this pressure, she's very aware of how to stabilize the body. Cup the face. Yeah, I need the rhomboid here to work. Go up. Yes, keep going. Wonderful, keep going. We'll just do 2 and then we'll change sides. Okay, let's switch sides. The block now goes under the right hand and the left knee is forward. Cup the face with your left hand. Exhale, reach up. Exhale, reach up. Super. Keep going. Wonderful. Keep going. A few more reps. 16 repetitions is ideal because of muscular endurance. but you want to build towards 16 repetitions on the exercises. So start with what is within your range and grasp and feel. But the consistency, your devotion to the practice is what is key, is what is most important. Do one more. Wonderful. And Vita's going to come to a sitting posture now. We're close to the end, yogis at home, so stay focused. I know this is hard work, but it's very rewarding work. We can learn quite a bit about ourselves when we take practice. I want you to do the hip extension again. Hip extension, finish the circuit. Put your feet here and arms back. Okay, I want the fingers pointing towards the toes so that the chest will stretch. And the hands can be 6 to 10 inches back. Now, let's try lift up now. Exhale, keep that rhythm. 2, and you can see here as she presses into the feet and her heels, her hamstrings, the back of the legs are working. The sacroiliac joint is getting the heat it needs, and the tailbone is lengthening in relation to the pubic bone lifting. And what's really nice that I admire is this thoracic chest opening. We live in a very medially rotated world where we type, we hold the kids, we garden, everything is this way. And she's really stretching. Do one more. She's opening up what is ordinarily very tight. Super. Vita, please sit. Now, yogis at home, we're going to do a final circuit before we take rest. And I designed the circuit with the notion of a digestive exercise, and you can notice a lot of what we've done will help the viscera to compress and expand and flood with blood and clean itself. So we're going to work something that really tones the organs of digestion, which is an assisted seated forward bend. And here's where I need your fabric here, your long beach towel or your shawl or your scarf. I'm going to fold the seat up once more so Vita's pelvis gets more of an anterior tilt. So I'm just going to show them, yogis at home. We're about a 2.5 inch thick fold support so that the pelvis has an anterior tilt. And hold on. Sit there. Wonderful. Stretch your legs straight forward. Super. Now, flex the feet, and what you'll notice is your thighs stay engaged. You want to keep that engagement for the full 10 breaths of this posture. Vita is going to suck the belly back and hoist this fabric around her waist. I'm going to wrap it once and give it to her here again. Good. And I'll assist her today. You don't need an assist for this. I'm just adding a little bit more stability because we're proximal to one another and I have the opportunity to help. But you don't need a yoga teacher with you to help you with this one. So that tension is great in the lower belly. It's training the organs back and it's compressing them a bit, which will help with the digestion. And lean forward. The flexion of the feet is still strong. And you breathe 10 times. Breathe in Ujjayi Pranayama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super. This is our final circuit, yogis, so really focus. 6, 4 more deep breaths. We're inviting the body to heal itself. Our brain knows how to heal the body. If we just tell the subconscious mind that we're ready to move past these blockages of energy that tie up our consciousness, you just have to suggest to yourself for the healing. I think of it not so much as healing, but integration of all the parts of ourselves. So we're integrating the spiritual life with our physical life today. Super job, Vita. You can unfurl this prop. We're going to return. Remember, we have a second part Sit now in a cross-legged posture. This is extremely powerful. Yogis at home, make the fingers interlace like this. So I'm lacing my fingers and I'm going to touch the sternum, the chest. I want you to focus your energy. Touch here. And now it's very personal, it's very profound, and no one needs to know. Each heart has trapped energy, whether we want to admit it or not. It could be all the way back from our childhood. Maybe there's someone you need to forgive. And this is an opportunity to let go of anything in here that is dark, heavy, a weight from the past. It's up to you to exhale this out, and you're doing your own work. So watch 2 repetitions, and then I'll invite you to do 10. Vita, you take a deep breath in, and exhale, expand the arms out and the chest forward, letting go. Inhale, gather universal energy or prana back to the heart. Exhale, release. This is important, your intention. I'll guide a little more of the posture. Inhale, back in, cross, uncage the heart. Look up when you do this one. Feel the universe, feel the universal energy. Okay? 7 more. Touch the sternum and just release. You're a child of nature. Nature loves her children. Be free, be free. 5 more. Work with your intention. What are you letting go of? What is it that does not serve you? What fear clings to the back of your mind? Uncage yourself from the mental prison of thoughts and feel the universal energy coming into you. This is a seal. There's a special reason we save these exercises for the end, because we're asking for integration, aka healing. 1 more. Super. We're almost there, yogis at home. This has been a powerful practice. Put your hands down with the palms up and feel the effect of the work so far before we seal it with our final circuit. Okay, ask the universe to help you with your digestion, and let's do the wrap again. Okay. 1, bring it back, draw the belly back, good, and then hold on to here. I'll assist you. Stretch your legs forward. Flex your feet so your thighs strengthen. Take a breath in and fold. Good. 10 breaths. Flex your feet. Good. And now fold and stay in the fold. 2, stay here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Ujjayi breaths, yogis. You learned it at the beginning. Go back to your muscle memory of this breathing pattern. Deep, even breathing. Digestion is being healed, also through suggestion. The subconscious mind is functioning on emotion, on feelings, so you're hyper-suggestible now. Drop in positive suggestions. Perhaps you want to use less sugar. Perhaps you want to commit to this routine 3 times a week. This is the time to lay these affirmations in. Wonderful. Come up, inhale. Unfurl the prop. Let me get this cloth. And come back to the cross-legged posture. And don't start the exercise yet. Just hold your hands here with the fingers touching the sternum. Okay? And look up a little bit. You can close your eyes if you want to, but the cosmic frequency, you're connecting to pure love and to your own self in another dimension. Okay? Exhale, uncage any energy. Release it and gather the universal energy on the inhale. And exhale, release what you don't need. We'll just do 5 more. 1. Beautiful, slow, even pace. Your breath guides you. Vita's really tuned into her breath right now. 2. Your intention is so powerful. The universe can hear your intention now because you're aligned. There are no blocks of energy. The subtle energy is moving freely. We're freeing ourselves from cultural conditioning, some of the things our parents taught us, and some of our disappointments in life. We're freeing ourselves from these patterns, which are in our body actually. 1 more, Vita. Beautiful. And now, make a prayer with your hands. Press the index knuckles together. Open your chest. Good. Feel the symmetrical nature in this prayer. We'll chant Om in a moment 3 times and feel the symmetrical nature in the skeleton and feel the earth's energy in your body by interacting consciously with the earth. You are not separate from nature. You are a part of nature. Let's chant 3 Oms to seal our experience. Take a deep breath in. Om. Breathe in. Wonderful. Let's lay down on the earth. I'll show you how to use the props. Lay down with your head facing up here and legs facing the other way. This one's for your cervical spine, your blanket. And I'm going to put the soft props on the earth. This is called, lift up your head again. Now go back. This is called Shavasana or corpse pose. It's just a practice of letting go of attachment to the body, because one day we will inevitably come to that point where we have to do that. And if we train well, we won't cling at the time of a departure from the body. So I'm going to put props. If I prop under Vita's knees, it'll release the low back pressure. So this is a soft block. You can also use another blanket or a bath towel. And you can see Vita has surrendered the body. She's not tense, so the feet are turned and relaxed so that the bones are flowing into the earth. The weight of the bones go down into the earth. And the muscles etherically just drain off of the skeleton. They float off of the skeleton in a light, etheric manner. And just lay here now, yogis at home. I want to invite you to stay here for a minimum of 5 minutes. 7 is even better, and 10 is fantastic. When you lay here for up to 10 minutes, what happens is you absorb more of the cosmic energy into your subtle body. And unlike a gym workout, because you've done Ujjayi Pranayama, the Ujjayi breathing practice, you feel more energized than before you started. And sometimes if we do running or lifting, we can feel very exhausted. It's interesting that the yoga practice is so physically invigorating, yet energetically filling. So that has to do with this posture. I consider it one of the most important postures, even though it looks passive. So lay down on the earth. I'll allow you to take rest for as long as your body needs. But remember, if you're setting a timer, 5 is the minimum and 10 is ideal. 10 or more minutes is ideal. And lay here in a total relaxation, detach from your outer world of duty, role, responsibility, and tune into the inner world of your feelings, your childhood psychology, and the space between thoughts. Stay totally relaxed and be completely at ease. Thank you for practicing. movement and mobility for seniors. We'll see you next time.